Why do we do it backwards?
Why don't we do it backwards? No. Seriously, that question set off one of the more unexpectedly funny and revealing moments in a Senate hearing.
Well,
Amen to that.
that is a legitimate question that I asked when I first joined this committee many years ago. It has been the process of the committee, and I would ask that we stick with it today, but I will have a conversation with any members who wish on whether we should change the process. Frankly, it has worked very well in the past to proceed to the votes, then do, well, everybody is here, and then proceed to consider each bill in turn. And occasionally someone does switch a vote. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally they do.
Well,
Today, we're diving into the quirks of committee procedures, a strange yet telling conversation about appearing to be a big weenie and a bigger battle over political power, precedent, and, yes, Space Command. Before we get into this Senate soap opera, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss the moments that matter in Washington.
my point is that I think it's something we ought to talk about, because if we vote first and then Senator Van Hollen gets his amendment adopted, I'm not saying he will or won't, then he has to change his vote, and when you change your vote, you're going to look like a big weenie.
Yeah.
And it would make better sense, it would seem to me, to just take it like we do a normal bill. But that's just one person's opinion, which obviously the chairman doesn't agree with.
All I'm doing is following the process that has been in place forever. So and has served this committee well in terms of getting bills approved and without taking away anybody's rights. So with that, I would note that we do have a quorum present. I'm sorry, Senator Britt.
Yes, I just want to look. I really appreciate this process. I appreciate all of the hard work that's put in. Just respectfully, I would say, and while by different means, the moving of headquarters from one state to the other, from one administration to the other, that precedent has been set, and it was set by the Biden administration. This is very different, and I understand that with regards to moving from Maryland to D.C., but literally, Alabama competed and won fair and square under President Trump's administration. And then under President Biden, even though his Secretary of the Air Force said Space Command should be in Alabama, he chose to move it to Colorado, from a red state to a blue state. We could talk about this for days, but I think it's disingenuous to say that these things haven't happened.
So we now are going to proceed to the vote to report the Commerce, Justice, Science, and Related Agencies Bill, subject to amendments.
Senator Britt passionately argued that Alabama had won fair and square under the Trump administration to host the U.S. Space Command headquarters. But under Biden, it was moved to Colorado, from a red state to a blue one. Her point that political gamesmanship isn't new, and pretending otherwise is, in her words, disingenuous. The shift may seem unrelated, but it's not. It's about trust in process, whether it's committee procedures or Pentagon decisions. Hit subscribe if you think transparency matters more than party politics. The chairman stood firm, and the process has worked forever. It helps move things along, gets bills passed, and doesn't violate anyone's rights. But should efficiency override fairness, or are the two actually in conflict? This moment revealed a rarely seen friction point in Washington, one that affects every bill, every vote, and every amendment you don't hear about. Procedural rules can quietly shape the laws we live under. That's why this matters. Don't forget, subscribe to keep getting content that breaks it all down without the fluff. From jokes about weenie moments to serious debates over military command, this hearing had it all. But beneath the surface was a critical question. Does our system work for the people, or just for the people in the room? Whether it's the order of a vote or the location of Space Command, process is power. Let's keep watching. Let's keep questioning. And let's keep holding them accountable, even when it sounds a little ridiculous. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment that matters.